we need to be attentive to the Holy Spirit. Len Sweet wrote this great book called Nudge. It was really his take on evangelism. The point isn't that you clobber somebody over the head with the four spiritual laws and you force them to give their life to Jesus in one coercive moment, but that you just nudge them. And in the same way, he says the Spirit nudges us. And I think that's the best means of describing how God's Spirit talks to us. He comes like in whispers. He comes in impressions. He comes in little spurs, little inspirations to act differently. And we have to teach our people to do that in services, in our liturgies. When I was in youth group, somebody had a big fight. Two guys were fighting over the same girl. And youth groups being what youth groups are, everybody kind of coalesced into two camps. There was the Trevor camp and the John camp. I think John belongs to this, with this girl, and Trevor's a jerk. And then the other camp would say, well, I think, Trevor is clearly the more noble person, and, this girl ought to be able to pick him. And, well, what a stupid argument, but the truth is, it split our little youth group. And so our youth pastor gave a sermon on forgiveness. And then he ended the sermon, he said, I'm going to give you opportunity now to forgive somebody. Anybody here in the room that you feel like you need to forgive? Well, it was great, because he let the silence hang for like 10 minutes, and nobody was doing anything. But everybody was thinking about the fact that there was somebody in that room, either on the John side or the Trevor side, or maybe John or Trevor, or maybe the girl, that they needed to forgive. And eventually it broke. Maybe because we got bored, but maybe because we were actually taught and given opportunity to listen to the Spirit and what he wanted us to do about what he was saying. So we always say there's two big questions everybody ought to be asking when they pray. God, what are you saying to me? And God, what do you want me to do about what you're saying to me? And I think that's really the starting point for how we culture our people to be attentive to the Holy Spirit. And then we've got to give them space and time to do it in our services.